witnesses and supporters of the commitment that they share with one another. Together, we're a group of the most important people in their lives, and they brought us here to publicly recognize that we've played some special part in their love that they share today. Whitney and Josh wanted me to thank all of you for being here, and also to recognize how important each and every one of you are to their relationship. They would also like to recognize all those who couldn't make it here today, as they are certainly missed but not forgotten on this day of celebration. They'd also ask that we observe a moment of silence for those that have passed. Amen. Speaking of important people, there are no more people that are more important than your parents. And speaking of that, who gives this woman to this man in marriage? Her mother and I. Now as we begin, I want y'all to hold hands, both hands. And I want you to turn a little bit and I want you to look out here. All of these people, don't look at me, look at them. Look at everybody, look them in the eyes. Look at everybody that's here. Because everybody that's here has taken time out of their day, out of their weekend, because they love you. They're rooting for you guys. They're wanting the best for you. They're here to support you. Marriage gives permanence and structure to a couple's love. It is a way to tell one another that no matter how much you snore or how much you spent when you went out shopping, that we're still in this together. Marriage is telling the person you love them that you're not going anywhere, and that's a powerful commitment for two people to make to one another. A good marriage must be built on a foundation of commitment. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remember to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is standing together and facing the world. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, it's about being the right partner. The road that brought Whitney and Josh here today has been filled with challenges that they weren't necessarily prepared for. But together, they've taken each on and have used those experiences to strengthen their love, not to weaken it. Whitney and Josh, the vows that you are about to make are a way to share your love and commitment to each other in your own words. Sometimes poems, verses, and quotes just don't get to the point across the way you need them. So the best option is just to do it yourself. And in this case, you did. They have wrote their own vows. These vows are your way of openly declaring your promise to one another, as well as to all those who are here in attendance today, of your intention of love and commitment to one another. So Whitney, ladies first.
Today and forever, I take you as my best friend. My faithful partner, whom I want you to love. I will faithfully follow Christ, design and keep our marriage and family together. I promise to encourage you and inspire you, and to love you through good times and bad. I will be there to laugh with you and cry with you, and to always stand by your side in every adventure that life brings us. I vow to never take your love for granted, and to face challenges with a smile on my face and an open mind. For as long as I live, I will be faithful to you, and love you because I love you.
Now Josh, you're to read your vows to Whitney.
Whitney, you make every day beautiful. You are amazing. I can look into your eyes and see forever. For that, I'm the luckiest man in the world. To you, this day, I am honored to vow to you my love, my life, and my promise. I promise to love you forever, to be loyal to you and you alone, to support you and our family, to be the spiritual leader of our home. I will love, honor, and cherish you the rest of my life. I will spend the rest of our lives making you fall in love with me over and over again.
Today, Josh and Whitney have chosen to braid these 3 strands together into a single cord. Each strand has a significant meaning. The gold strand represents God and His majesty. The purple strand represents the groom and his life. And the white strand represents the bride and her life. In braiding these 3 strands together, Josh and Whitney have demonstrated that their marriage is more than the joining of 2 lives together. It is a unity with God as well. They have chosen to allow God to be at the center of their marriage, woven into every aspect of it. In Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 through 12, we read, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their work. One falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Today, Josh and Whitney have been woven and making the commitment to be woven together by one, as one in marriage with God. Whitney and Josh will now exchange rings. These rings symbolize their commitment. Rings are derived from a humble beginning of imperfect metal to create something striking, where there was once nothing at all. It is customarily worn on the ring finger, and it is the only finger with a direct vein to the heart. The wearing of the rings is a visible, outward sign that they have committed themselves to one another. Josh, please take Whitney's hand. Slide it on you. Repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of our love.
As a symbol of our love.
For today and tomorrow,
For today and tomorrow,
and for all the days to come.
and for all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign of what we have promised on this day.
Wear it as a sign of what we have promised this day.
And know that my love is present,
And know that my love is present,
even when I am not.
even when I am not.
Little piece of me. Josh, I give you this ring as a symbol of our love. For today and tomorrow, and for all the days to come. Wear it as a sign of what we have promised on this day. And know that my love is present, even when I am not. Whitney and Josh, you have professed your love by exchanging your vows, and you have symbolized your commitment by exchanging rings. and you've expressed the end of your individual lives by tying God's rope. With all this, there's just one more question I need each of you to answer, and then we're off to the reception celebration. Whitney, turn to Josh. Do you take Josh to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Do you promise to love him, to comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? Josh, do you take Whitney to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? I do. By the power vested in me by the great state of Tennessee, and in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride. And now it's my great honor and privilege to present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Joshua Tyler Marler. I got you a happy dance. Josh, Josh and Whitney have asked that you all give them about 20 minutes for them to take pictures. And in the meantime, there's going to be food that's going to be served up to him. And ask me to